So continuing on working on the Crecy type Briggs lawnmower engine here. I finally straightened out what was wrong with the sleeve drive in it. Made a little kind of jig here, just a bolt that I turned it over with an electric drill here, and so I will connect that up. Just take me a second, I'll just keep the video running. Okay, here we go. Spin her over there. It's shaking, but that's probably due to the fact that there's no connecting rod on it. So I'll try to get a decent view here. Show you what's going on here. Okay, down in there, you see the sleeve drive ball. That's in the sleeve drive shaft. Now, try to get fancy here and hold the light and camera with one hand while I reach for the drill. See the sleeve drive shaft spinning over there. Let's spin her up. But anyway, suffices to say that it is now rotating. Before it wasn't rotating so well. It had a tight spot. Turns out that it was in the chain drive. The sprocket was a little bit eccentric with the shaft, and I'll show you here why that was a problem. So I took the end cover off there and hooked the drill back up, and we'll just spin her over here slow. So see the chain there, it doesn't have a tensioner, it's just very well tight. It worked out just precisely. Now I had to use a half link to do that, but so it's pretty well exact what it needs to be. So the fact that this one here had some eccentric to it, and the chain would have to stretch and then get slack, stretch and get slack, wasn't working out so well. So once I finally figured out what was causing the problem, we kept thinking it was this shaft here seizing up, but it turns out that it wasn't. So I had to refile. I had to file down half the teeth with a circular, like a round file, and it spins over good now. Now some of that wobbling is in the drill. They're chucking it, but it doesn't matter. You know, as long as she spins up, she's all good. So it looks like since the main problem with the drive has been solved, I can now proceed forward, and I'll try to get this plastic 3D printed sleeve installed and get it sliding up and down in the cylinder there. Got to figure out how long you need the drive lug. It's a little longer than it needs to be at the moment, but anyway, as you can see, I've made major step forward. That problem with the drive was been holding us back for like 15 years. Now, it sounds like a kind of a crazy thing, but I was working on and off. But I have spent quite a few hours this weekend trying to figure out what was wrong with that drive, and whether this shaft was not bent, but something to that effect, and all kinds of different stuff. But we played around with this. My son machined this surface flat, and I sanded the inside of this. I put valve grinding compound in it and spun it over to try to break the two in to each other, and nothing. I won't say it didn't work, but it still had a serious problem. So that's when I got thinking, well, what would cause it to get tight and loose? If basically what I did then, I disconnected the chain, I reached inside there and I spun that shaft over with like an L-shaped hook, and it spun over just fine. There was no binding. So I'm like, okay, the problem's not in the shaft, so it's got to be in the chain drive somehow. And I actually chucked this up in my mini lathe downstairs and spun it from this end, and I could see the wobble in the teeth. So that's when I figured, well, you got to solve that somehow. So that's when I started filing teeth and different things. But anyway, she's all good now. So we should be able to proceed forward, get that sleeve into there, and then get the steel sleeve machined up. So it's progressing forward. Good time of year to be working on this because, well, you know, it's minus 10 Celsius pretty much all day today, so you're almost trapped indoors. Not really, but you know. So much better to be working indoors on something like this, because summertime, you know, you can go outside, do whatever you want, but not so much when it's minus 10, probably pushing a minus 20 wind chill out. So anyway, everybody have a good one, and I'm going to keep working on this thing, get her going here eventually.